I'm gonna sit over here.
No, you didn't. Blackmail. Please, cuff him.
Thank God. Okay, I need to call this meeting back to order. Okay.
Go ahead and start.
I did.
Let's go.
Okay.
Mr. President, I'm gonna make a motion. I'm gonna make a motion to reject the petition on the basis that it doesn't rise to the requirements as set out in state law for a recall petition.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By Ryan. Okay. Think we've had enough discussion on that, so.
No, we're not having enough discussion on that. Okay. Because I've sat here silent for quite some time. And, you know, I'll just cut to the short of it. I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel. I first off appreciate everyone who's contributed, councilmen, legal counsel, citizens of Hartford. I appreciate all your time and due diligence. I've never missed a meeting. I've sat here for 3.5 years. And since change of administration, we've all seen this happen. Is it relevant to what we're talking about? Indirectly it is, okay? But the one thing I really want to point out is looking around this room for the last 8 months, is that all of us on this table here, at one point in time, have said that we represent the people of our ward. You've all said it, I've said it numerous times, okay? And the fact that we have this audience here today, consistently in the past, and taking consideration of trying to be open-minded to look for the other side of it, not just one side, the other side. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. And so, consciously, I asked my fellow councilmen to once again reiterate what you said about representing the persons of your ward, be it the majority, and to go with your conscience. This is not a situation where it's all said and done, okay? This is simple due diligence. It is a simple request by our people that put us in these chairs to do what they're asking, and it's only 15%. You cannot, maybe you can't call that the majority. Maybe if there was another petition out there, that would be the other way around, or so on and so forth. But in the time and the amount of signatures that got taken care of in what amount of time it was, I don't know, and I don't care. Is my consensus that the citizens of the community that we represent are requesting this vote, and that we, as their representatives, are obligated to give them that opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. go with the vote then.
Can we have the motion read one more time, please?
Yes, Bill made the motion to reject the petition on the basis that it does not meet the requirements in state law for a recall petition. Second by Ryan.
Okay. Mark?
No.
Scott?
No.
Ryan?
Yes.
Brad?
No.
Bill?
Yes.
And I'm gonna vote yes. When you break the tie, I'm gonna vote yes. Motion passes. Okay, let's move on. Approval of the bill submitted for payment.
So we'll be back.
We'll be back.
See you again, Larry.
Don't forget to go to
We're using civilized out here.
Make a motion to approve the bill. Second.
I made the motion.
Oh,
So just wait
Brad
for a
already made
second.
mention, so I'll give Mark the second. Oh, sorry, Brad. It's okay. Scott?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Mark? Yeah. Ryan? Yep. Brad? Yep. Okay. We close that door, please.
Just crack it, Larry. Well, I guess we need 2 chairs.
That's okay.
That'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
It's called, okay?
Any visitors? You recognize? Okay. Ordinance, resolutions, and hearings. We have resolution 2015-7. Teresa?
Okay, the end of the year is coming up, and at the end of the year, we always look at our 2015 budget, see where we are budget-wise, if we have enough funds in each line item to cover our expenses to the end of the year. If we don't have enough funds, we either have to pass a resolution or a supplemental ordinance to put those funds into place, so we're not in violation of law. So basically, the resolution that's before you allows us to transfer funds from our contingency account in our general fund to other account items in the general fund. When we did our budget back in August 2014, we put $50,000 in a contingency fund, just for this reason. It allows us to take this money, it's all within the general fund, take it out of one line item, the contingency line item, and some of the other line items such as collections and the finance office. So we reviewed, me and Karen both looked at it, we reviewed our budget, and this is what we presented to you, where we see we are going to either have a shortfall in item, we didn't estimate the correct amount, because basically that's what a budget is when you start with, or the council voted on items that weren't originally in the budget, they voted to put them in there, and so we have to put that money actually in, that line item. So that's what this resolution is. I attached an explanation of whether it's a shortfall or whether it was a non-budgeted item. And so we are asking to transfer $36,518.60 from our contingency account, $50,000, to the line item specified in the resolution.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2015-7 Resolution to transfer contingency funds.
Second.
Okay. So, motion made by Mark, second by Brian. Call the vote, or some discussion? Call the vote, please. Bill?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Mark?
Yeah.
I'm a yes.
Make a motion for first reading ordinance 626, 2015, supplemental appropriation.
Second.
Okay, made by Mark, second by Scott. Brian?
Yes.
Brad? Yep. Bill?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Mark?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing on old business, new business, review and approval of the Wellmark Foundation grant agreement.
Make a motion to approve the grant agreement with the Wellmark Foundation.
By Mark?
Second.
Scott?
I was just gonna ask if you had any, is there anything in here that's a concern from your perspective that looks kind of odd or anything that we need to be cognizant of?
I read through it and I didn't see anything of concern. Basically, it states that they're gonna give us the $10,000 basically up front, which usually doesn't happen. We're gonna get it by December 1st. And we need to expense at least that amount, $10,000, within next year's time frame, which we will most certainly do, because we plan on starting the project next year. So, you know, just in engineering fees alone, we'll have that much expense into it. I did send it to Larry when I sent it to all you guys, and he didn't have, told me he didn't have any concerns with it, so.
And can you remind me where we're at in the process? We're playing games with the feds and trying to decide the final.
Well, we sat down with them, and had a discussion about the route. We've come up with our third option, basically to put it on the, kind of the original route,
Yep.
going around the wetlands, on the north side of the railroad street. The state has pretty much given their okay for it with the block crossing, and the feds have okayed it with the wetlands. So our engineer right now is finalizing, drafting engineer plans to send to the state. We're hoping for a spring bid, so we can start construction this summer. So
Okay, thank you.
hopefully it won't get tied up again, but they both have verbally,
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, Mark?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, need an appointment of Teresa and Craig.
I'll make
Yeah.
a motion to have Craig and Teresa join the ISO committee and attend at their discretion.
Need a second?
Second.
We're going too fast now?
Just.
Okay, second by Scott, any discussion?
I talked to Brian, and he said that the input would be minimal, like Teresa's input on, I guess it's gonna be a pretty much mirror of the last one, except updated. And then, of course, talking to Craig for the same reason with the, water side of it, the city utility side of it, so. It didn't sound like it was gonna entail maybe 2 meetings, so.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, let's vote. Brad?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Mark?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Okay, we got to new contract for hometown Christmas, the fireworks, it looks like.
Make a motion to approve fireworks request for hometown Christmas, December 6th, 2015.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
How much insurance, are they covered? Do we require it?
Chamber carries insurance on the whole event.
How much?
I think, Lou,
I mean, is it enough in case we
I
have
say
a
Lou's
horrific?
Fireworks carries it. He's actually the ones that are doing the displays.
So he's got his own liability
He's got
insurance, plus the chamber has insurance.
Right.
Do we know how much liability insurance he has?
I can tell you that I have never talked to the man.
Can we find out?
Kim?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to voting for it, but I'd like to make sure that he carries plenty of liability insurance.
I think the Chambers is $1 million, not quite sure, but I seem to remember way back when, just got it.
Can we just find out the chamber's number and the fireworks numbers before we get to lighting off?
We don't have to have a meeting.
I'm gonna say we won't have another.
Oh, we don't do it?
meeting.
Countdown Christmas is
Six.
6th. No, we would have a meeting.
And be
Yeah,
able to
yeah, we do have one meeting.
That's
6 minutes.
Geez, Craig.
how I, if I remember right, $2 million.
It seemed like she needed to get this into them. Terry dropped him off, but
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to voting to accept it, and then if we find out later that we don't have enough insurance, we can address it, I guess. Right? You always say the council could do anything we want.
Next meeting on the first, yep.
That'd be my only concern is if everybody's got enough liability insurance.
Karen, this does not have to be back to Lou's?
well, Terry Michaels dropped it off to me,
Right.
and she came in today asking about it, stating she needed to get back into them. I didn't ask the specific deadline, but
I think in order to get those, make sure they're on the board before we try to approve this tonight, I mean, we can always readdress it at the next meeting. You know, so I think we can just put it back on as whole business, just to kind of give an update on when the, what the insurance, liability is for Lewis, but I think we can still.
Why don't you,
Or make it, or just amend the motion
Yeah.
to say,
contingent upon.
City council or city administrator's discretion on whether they have adequate insurance.
Okay, I'll retract my motion to read as follows. I make a motion to approve the fireworks permit for Lou's Fireworks and Hometown Christmas contingent upon, give me a number,
There
guys.
being,
City administrator's discretion, I would say.
Okay,
there being
Said
contingent
parties-
upon the city administrator is determined that there is satisfactory.
to determine that upon the city administrator's discretion, insurance coverage is
Satisfactory.
satisfactory.
okay, Mark, you just want to second?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great motion.
What's that?
That's a great motion.
Way to go, Scott.
Thanks for the help.
Okay. Brad? Yes. Mark?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yes,
Ryan?
Yes.
Bill? Yes. I'm a yes. Okay, do we have any correspondence? Okay. City engineer report, I see that he left. Just at the nick of time. But we do, everybody have a chance to read his report? Okay, so we do have a pay application to Metro Construction for $216,000.
That's for the water, right?
Yep,
The water main line.
it's a lot for the water main.
Was there a punch list that was,
There was a punch list, some of it's been taken care of, but there's also a little other issue that got brought up last week. Not to do with the construction project itself, but the permit to the county got overlooked and we didn't get a permit from them to put it in there.
who was supposed to get that?
Our engineer that was sitting next to us. And we had, both me and Teresa talked to him at numerous meetings that we need to get sure that all the permits and all the homeowners we talked to on this project It wasn't Mitch's, so to say, problem, it was one of their personnel that was out here that was supposed to be looking into it. And so now we've got some paperwork that needs to get filled out, the county's not real happy with us, but
But that's not a reflection on the
nothing with
building.
Metro Communications, I mean Metro
Construction.
Construction, yeah. But like I said, that's one of the things that's,
But that, I mean, that's not their problem.
no.
And this is a final, isn't it?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
it's not.
Yeah.
They've withheld funds until that punch list
Yeah.
item gets completed. So this is still only a partial payment. There's still about 10% contingency.
Alright, well, I'll make a motion for pay application number 3 to Metro Construction in the sum of $216,073.09.
Second.
Any discussion?
The only discussion I'd like to have is if there's a penalty that's incurred by the city for the lack of permitting, I think, city engineer should pick the tab up on that.
Well, we'll have that discussion. We talked to John Baum directly, and he admits they dropped the ball on it, and that they are working
Yeah, they're
immediately
taking care
to
of
take care of it. Today, they're sending them as-built, they're sending them the proper permits, and they're addressing the county's concerns, so they're doing that.
Okay.
You will be going before the county commissioners if we have to get to that point, so.
Yeah, there's a request to
So-
go before the county commissioners. John Baum will be coming with me, he said.
There's a request from the county
If
commissioners?
there is a request,
Oh, okay,
it was mentioned, it's not in our letter though.
okay.
Okay. So, anything else? Okay, I'll vote yes. Ryan?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Bill? Yes. Mark?
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to call myself first one time, just one time. Okay, Craig?
I'm not gonna read through it all, you guys probably have looked at it if you had a chance to. The only thing I'm gonna add is for water and sewer, we did get that pump for the main lift station back up and running on Monday, so we're back up to all 3 pumps again.
Okay.
Boys,
We got the parts from Germany? Finally?
Finally showed up on Thursday afternoon,
Nice.
so we're back up and running.
Do we have any parts on hand?
We always carry seals and bearings, typical things that go bad, like the volutes, they don't usually go bad, and they're 4,500 for the volute, and the impeller is like 4,200, so we don't usually keep those,
Are all 3 pumps the same?
yeah.
Don't you think $8,000 to have those 2 pieces on hand
That's right,
might
I
not
have them on hand.
be a bad idea, so we don't have to wait from the
We-
ship from China?
Typically, we've been getting them out of Georgia, it's still been 2 to 3 weeks, and but this one, they didn't have these in stock at the time, but
Can you check on the prices of those?
right, what I said is pretty dang cool. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know it was right around that 42 and 45. Yeah, we haven't got.
How are you doing on your funds for this year?
Shot. We just had to supplement for sewer for,
Yeah, we're running
Yeah.
low on funds this year.
I can order next in January.
I said
to
we
wreck
were
my
in January.
January funds.
We probably shouldn't have bought all that other junk.
So,
Well,
We'll-
pump going down wasn't anticipated, and then treatment, you know, and all the ponds went bad this summer, we had to get rid of extra chemicals.
I don't know, I think, I mean, you know, like, we can
money,
figure.
we've got the money.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm getting at is, I mean, if we can figure out how much longer we intend to have those 3 pumps in service, if they all use the same impeller, the flute, or whatever you call it, you know, I think if we have the bearings and the seals, I think it would stand to reason that we would have the other 2 parts on hand if they all use the same part.
Yeah.
If it's $8,000, it's $8,000, if we don't have to wait 3 months to get it.
I can certainly get it coming.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna keep them in service for another 5 or 6 years,
Yeah, there's a good chance one of them will go down.
so I think we need to have that conversation.
They've all been replaced not too long ago, but this one here, I think it's probably the 2nd time around. So, but yeah, I'll just get some cover, we'll have one stock. We'll use them sometime, just I don't like to keep that expensive stuff, just,
Yeah,
so.
as long as we don't have plans to change pumps out anytime soon.
See, right now, we're not gonna probably change anything out until we decide what we're gonna do with the future system.
And that's 5 years or better.
Yeah.
So what's the likelihood of you losing either one of those parts in the next 5 years?
Slim to none. We keep them at the sewer plant, so.
No, I don't mean losing the parts, I mean, one of the parts getting damaged in a pump that's running.
Mark, can we have this conversation with Greg on the side sometime, so that we can keep moving?
I don't have work tomorrow.
We'll be replacing one of them Saturdays.
I'm just going to the bar after this. Yeah, me and Craig will talk about it later.
Okay. Okay, city finance officer report, Karen.
Just recap the cash report, the total cash, general fund, sales tax revenue as of October. Maybe the committee breakdowns, calendar of events, basic stuff.
Calendar events, I'd like to make sure that you all, I assume, have received the invitations to the Chamber of Commerce Mixer annual meeting tomorrow night. It'd be a good opportunity for you guys to get a little better handle on that. A couple speakers that talk about economic development and the importance of community development. Suggest that you make it. Free meal.
6 or 6:30?
6 o'clock, 5:30 social, 6 o'clock meal, and 6:30 program. Double check that.
Unfortunately, Mr. Nelson, I have wrestling practice tomorrow.
Practice, okay. Yeah, 5:30 social, correction, 6:30 social.
Scott,
What is it?
may I interject?
Yeah, what
It's
is it?
6 PM for the mixer, dinner at 6:30, and 7 PM for
Thank
the
you.
guest speaker.
Okay, that's what it is.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Luana.
You're welcome.
Okay. City administrator, Teresa.
Just in my report, I kind of gave you some details what I've been doing with the HADC and Chamber. I've been attending the HADC board meetings every Friday morning. And last Friday morning, we discussed that there is a party that's interested in the city's 5 acres right by Central State. I don't think it's a secret, Mike Young is looking at it, he wants to put up some warehouse units there. So me and Mitch met with him actually on Monday, yesterday, to kind of look at his concept plan, tell him what the city regulations are as far as setbacks, access, water, sewer, kind of go through all that stuff with him. He's going to have an engineer look at it, see if drainage will work for him, and then if he thinks his plan can work, he may come to the city with an offer for it, and then we can discuss it whether we want to accept that offer or not. So he hasn't presented anything yet, it's just kind of in the conceptual stages now, so.
Is that the remaining land that's out there then? Okay.
Yep, it's the remaining 5 acres that's right to the east of Central States
I
there.
just know we had some discussion with someone interested, maybe some potential smaller amounts at one point, but okay.
Yeah, he's interested in the whole 5
Cool.
acres. We did talk to him that the land will have to be annexed and that the city will probably require to keep right away there, so we would have a north entrance to the sports complex, and so he understands all that too, so.
You said Mike Young, like everybody knows Mike Young. I've never heard that name before. Is he a local guy or?
If I have his file, I don't. I guess I don't know exactly where he lives. I have his business card. He works for a tower company. I'm assuming he's in this area, because he seems
Mike
to.
Dunn. The
Mike
older
Dunn.
fellow, Mike Dunn?
Mike
No,
Dunn?
He's a young guy.
Young guy, okay. Mike Dunn is an older fellow that we
It's
know.
young, Wyoming, yeah.
Is it the
Young.
guy that lived on the corner of 6th and Vanamar?
I don't have a home address. Like I said, all I got was his business card. So, I tell you.
He works for Wind Tower.
Wind Tower, yeah, that's his business card, so.
Huh. And when you say warehouse, you mean storage?
Like storage units, yep. It's larger ones, kind of like the large ones Bossman put up, is what he was thinking of, yeah. Not the small little personal storage units, but larger ones.
Does the city generate any, the city would generate money on the land sale, we generate money on a building permit. But as far as the rent, does the city generate any money on the rent of those units?
No, as far
I mean, is it,
Maybe
It's
sales.
not
so
retail
that,
sales.
yeah, cause it wouldn't be considered a sell, you're not selling monthly space,
Right.
so there'd be no
So
residual.
it wouldn't be like a retail business.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any residual income.
Yeah. But it's zone light industrial, so there's not gonna be a whole lot of retail businesses out there. It's gonna be more kind of industrial site,
Yeah.
unless we rezone it to something, I mean, which, if you have an interest with somebody else, you can rezone it.
Yeah.
I know the path you're going down, Mark, and I kind of have the same thoughts, you know.
Right, there may
nice
be
to
a
have-
better use for that land, but like I said, at this point, we're just in talks with them.
Yep.
I don't have any offer from it, nothing to present to you for your discussion and whatnot, so. Just let you know there's some interest in it. Last week I attended the annual Makita meeting in Sioux Falls, they had a couple good speakers. Also attended last week, the AGDC held a developers meeting last Thursday night, Doyle and Scott attended. Unfortunately, it was on, the playoff, or the championship football night, so I don't know if that hurt our attendance, we didn't have, we kinda had a low attendance, but we had a couple of good speakers, and those that did attend, we had some good discussion with them, so I think it went pretty good as far as that. Another thing, at the last HEDC meeting, I did discuss with them about the transfer of the lots that we wanna sell to the elevator, they're all okay with that. I have Larry moving forward with doing that paperwork that we can transfer the lots to the HADC, and then they can do the paperwork between the HADC and the elevator. Chamber attended their last meeting on the 5th, and as Scott mentioned, their annual meeting is tomorrow night at Embers. Plan to attend that. The economic developer position, we are advertising it. I kind of listed where we advertised it. I kind of put a deadline on the end of this month. We have only had 3 applicants so far, one with really any economic development experience. So,
Was it Clay?
no, it wasn't Clay. So, we'll see if we get any more in for the end of the month. Another item, sidewalk inspections. We passed the sidewalk policy last year that we were going to start inspecting sidewalks. It was per the request of our insurance company to kind of get the liability off the city. We decided in the policy that we would do 1 ward a year to go around and inspect them. If there was any defects according to our policy, those homeowners would be sent a letter noting them of the defect. It's not gonna be a mandate that they fix it. It's just notifying them that they have this defect, and it's up to them whether they wanna fix it or not. But that takes more of the liability off the city then, that we have done our due diligence in reporting it to them. So I'm working on those letters. They will go out probably next week, so if you guys get any phone calls, we did Ward 1, so Ward 1 will probably be getting phone calls on it. So just to let you know, if they ask, do they have to do it or whatnot, it's a request that we're just making them aware of the problem, so. We already talked about the Wellmark grant, waiting pool.
Warren DeCoop, what ward does he live in, do you know?
Why?
He's in 1.
They don't have sidewalks. In that cul-de-sac.
There's some that don't have
Yeah.
one.
Oh, no, I'm for the bike trail grant.
Oh.
For Warren DeCoop, because he's the one that brought forward the grant. I think it'd be, if he was Ward 3, I'd certainly call him, but I think it'd be nice if someone from Ward 1 gave him a call and just said thanks.
Yeah, he's the one who made me aware of the Wellmark grant, and like I said, we ended up getting 1,000 for it, so, yeah, a good thank you to him. The waiting pool project, the engineers are finalizing the plan. They met with actually the school committee a couple weeks ago, we meet. They're gonna make a couple small changes with that, and then they'll get a final plan out to us. And hopefully, we're gonna plan on bidding that in January, break ground this spring, and we are hoping it'll be done by June 1st, so that's the plan. June 1st, I have in my notes, because there's only 2 weeks later for opening. We'll see, won't we? That's about all I have. Just a copy of Paul Clark's report for you to review.
Okay, anything for executive session? Do we have anything for executive session?
I don't have anything.
Motion to adjourn?
So,
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, adjourned.
This is all